Here's your wrestling news for August 18th, 2022, and we're starting off today with WWE. And ever since Triple H took over as WWE's head of talent relations, several ex-superstars have been rehired to the company, all of whom were released under the previous regime. Fans are excited to see who could be next to come back to WWE, and one of NXT's biggest stars may soon be main roster bound. According to Bodyslam.net's Cassidy Haynes, Johnny Gargano is open to a WWE return now that Triple H is running both the talent relations department as well as creative. Gargano is said to be interested in, quote, seeing how things would be changing in WWE after departing when his contract expired in December 2021. The former superstar certainly did well when Triple H was running NXT, including becoming the brand's first Triple Crown champion. Since leaving WWE, Gargano has steered clear of the ring and has avoided signing with AEW as many have suggested, but his future could likely be working with the game once again. For over a decade, Brian Gewirtz worked for WWE, ultimately becoming the lead writer for the company and created many iconic moments for the promotion. Gewirtz was running things when WWE hosted WrestleMania 17, considered by many to be the greatest pay-per-view of all time, but he's now working with WWE's competition. On a recent episode of Sports Media with Ryan Deesh to promote his new book, There's Just One Problem, Gewirtz confirmed that he's been working closely with stars from AEW. The former WWE writer said that he's worked well with Chris Jericho, who debuted in WWE not long before Gewirtz joined, and added that he's also given some lines to MJF. Speaking about the salt of the earth, Gewirtz said that he could just text the man and ask what's the real situation between him and AEW, but it's so entertaining that he'd rather just keep watching the show. These days, Gewirtz is a writer for The Rock's 7 Bucks Productions and has been writing for the Young Rock series, but the self-professed former one-time 7th most powerful person in WWE hasn't left the wrestling world behind. If you follow CJ Perry, aka Lana, on social media, you'll know that the ex-WWE superstar is never afraid to make her thoughts clear about a number of topics. From promoting her OnlyFans to commenting on her husband Miro in AEW, Perry is always ready to make her voice heard, but got into hot water with fans this week. When a fan tweeted that they were struggling with homelessness, this got a response from the ex-superstar, who wasn't exactly sympathetic. Instead, Perry said, "At least you have a device," and after backlash from fans, deleted the tweet and issued an apology video. In the video, Perry said that her comment came from a place of love, but understand that her Eastern European upbringing and motivational speech didn't resonate with many fans. Many people struggling with homelessness have a smart device because it allows them to keep in contact with loved ones, search for jobs, and can be an invaluable tool in trying to better their lives, and Perry will probably think twice the next time she comments about anyone who's homeless. Now in the NFL, Mike Adamle was a respected player and later sports commentator, but his success in that sport did not transfer over to WWE. Joining the company in 2008, Adamle always seemed awkward on screen, infamously calling a certain charismatic enigma Jeff Harvey at the '08 Royal Rumble, and things only got worse when he was appointed Raw general manager. Speaking on Talk is Jericho to promote his book, Brian Gewirtz recalled working with Adamle and how WWE seemingly didn't want Mike to do well. "We didn't put Mike in a position to succeed at all, because Mike is a sports broadcaster, he's not really a character. You know, we're taking his real-life foibles and kind of making it into a character." Addressing the Jeff Harvey incident, Gewirtz said that fans had decided, "We hate you forever now," after that one incident, clearly not appreciating someone coming from outside wrestling and messing up the name of a beloved superstar. After being appointed Raw GM in July 2008, Adamle would resign from that role in November, but for many fans, they couldn't wait to see the back of the NFL veteran. In January next year, New Japan Pro Wrestling will have their annual Wrestle Kingdom event, hosting some of the biggest names from the promotion. Next year will be Wrestle Kingdom 17 and will have a more international flavor with multiple AEW stars set to appear. The news was broken on Wrestling Observer Radio, who said that there are plans for AEW wrestlers to be at the Tokyo Dome event in the latest crossover between AEW and New Japan. In 2020, the then AEW World Champion Chris Jericho faced Hiroshi Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom 14, and the event also saw Jon Moxley win the IWGP US Heavyweight title from Lance Archer. We may already know one of the matches for Wrestle Kingdom 17, as when CM Punk went down with an injury earlier this year, Tanahashi, who Punk had been scheduled to face at Forbidden Door, challenged him to a match next year. A match between the two hinges on Punk being healed in time for Wrestle Kingdom, which is just over 4 months away, but no matter what, the partnership between the two companies is as strong as ever. Back to WWE now, as Ronda Rousey is back in the ring with a new attitude, and it isn't just Liv Morgan in her sights. At a recent WWE live event in Atlantic City, Rousey teamed with Shayna Baszler to face Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah, and in one clip, the baddest woman on the planet can be seen looking at Rodriguez, who has stood on the ring apron, and strikes the latter's signature back pose. Appearing on this week's episode of The Bump, Rodriguez was asked about the clip, but took it in stride, saying that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Rodriguez added that Rousey's new attitude isn't just in the ring, but that she now has a new take on things in the locker room as well. Right now, Rousey is hoping to regain the Smackdown Women's Championship, while Rodriguez and Aaliyah are still in the WWE Women's Tag Title Tournament, but it could be a matter of time before Rousey and Raquel face off one-on-one. In November 2021, Top Dollar was released from WWE mere weeks after he and Hit Row had been called up to SmackDown. Almost immediately after being released, reports came out that Top Dollar had been a, quote, heat magnet behind the scenes, and that this hadn't just cost him a job, but the rest of his stable. One man who knows Top Dollar well is AEW's Mark Henry, and when he appeared on Busted Open Radio this week, the world's strongest man accused WWE talent of sabotaging the Hit Row member's career. Top Dollar spoke on the fact that there was a lot of chatter in the locker room about them, Hit Row, not being humble, them not being team players, or them not agreeing to the kind of status quo of what the WWE locker room was like. And he said, "Mark, have you ever known me to be unprofessional? Have you ever known me to be a bully? No. Triple H, same thing. No. When people feel like their spots are threatened, they start putting out negative propaganda if they can't fix it. It is telling that there have been no reports of Top Dollar or any member of Hit Row having heat backstage, with the first story of him being difficult only coming after his release." Now Top Dollar and Hit Row are back in WWE, and we'll have to see what's said about him and the group going forward. For over 50 years, Sylvester Stallone has been working in Hollywood and is of course best known for his work as Rocky Balboa. Stallone may be most recognizable as the fictional boxer, but it turns out that the legendary actor is a huge fan of professional wrestling. In an interview with Justin Barrasso, Stallone said he has a ton of respect for the people who step foot in the ring, and name-dropped a certain legend of the industry. "I love wrestling. It's all about getting swept up in the drama. There's a passion for that world, big time. People like Bruno Sammartino, those are the people that helped forge my personality and my outlook on life." Stallone did appear at the 2005 Hall of Fame to induct his Rocky III co-star Hulk Hogan, and his 2010 film The Expendables allowed him the chance to work with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Even at 76, Stallone remains in impressive shape for his age, so we can't count out one more WWE appearance by the Hollywood legend. From an acting legend to a wrestling legend, as Ricky the Dragon Steamboat appeared on this week's AEW Dynamite, fittingly called the House of the Dragon Special. Steamboat was the guest timekeeper for when the American Dragon Bryan Danielson faced Dragon Slayer Daniel Garcia, and the WWE Hall of Famer wasn't afraid to get physical. After Danielson won the match, Chris Jericho attacked the former world champion, but was stopped by Garcia, who teased a face turn and leaving the Jericho Appreciation Society. Backstage, Steamboat said that Garcia was coming into his own, adding that Danielson would make a great mentor, infuriating Y2J. When Jericho told Steamboat to stay out of his business, the Dragon held his ground, and when Angelo Parker tried to put his hands on Steamboat, the legend dispatched of him with a signature chop. Older fans will remember Steamboat tearing things up in the NWA, WWF, and WCW, while younger fans may recall his impressive 2009 return in WWE. And all these years later, the Dragon doesn't appear to have lost a step. More from AEW now, as the show marked Kenny Omega's return to the ring after a lengthy hiatus as he recovered from injuries. Omega returned to team with the Young Bucks and advance in the Trios Tag Team Championship Tournament, and had plenty to say after the show. The former AEW World Champion trolled the fans in attendance by saying he should blame the fans for sending him to physical rehab. Breaking character somewhat, Omega added that while he might blame the fans on TV, he appreciates them deep down inside, and thanked the crowd for coming to the show. After nearly a year away, fans had been itching to see Kenny Omega back in the ring, and the longest-reigning AEW World Champion in history didn't disappoint. And we're ending today with Becky Lynch, who suffered a shoulder injury at SummerSlam, which WWE has said will keep her out of the ring for several months. Lynch's injury comes 1 year after her return to WWE TV following her pregnancy, but the man has a new project to occupy her time. During an Instagram live session with former WWE head writer Brian Gewirtz and The Rock, Lynch said that she's working on writing an autobiography after being inspired by Gewirtz's new book, There's Just One Problem. When asked by The Rock, Lynch said she hopes to have her memoir finished in the next couple of months, as her ongoing hiatus from the ring has given her more time to focus on writing. From wrestling in Ireland to giving up on her dream to become a flight attendant to headlining WrestleMania, Becky Lynch has led an interesting life, and fans will soon get to read all about it. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.